Hi everybody and welcome back to Taraji Eco Farm. So today we'll be doing a farm update. We'll be doing some activities on the farm and as well check whether there are a few items that we can harvest. So come along with us and let's see what the farm has been doing since the last video that you watched. If you've not watched our farm tour, we have two of them actually. So we'll link them in the description below. But for today, let's go see how the farm has been doing and let's do a bit of activities and harvest a few things. So you can see behind me how the farm looks like. Everything is nice and healthy, and that's why we love the rainy season. Although now as I told you, we'll be transitioning to climate smart agriculture, where we want to have food throughout the year on this farm, any kind of food that we want. But you can see like right behind we have some pumpkin, some peas, some collard greens, some spring onions. Yeah. So we're just going to give you an update of how the farm is, um, of how the farm is. Yeah. So now, something else that happened last year, I think a couple of like 2, 3 days ago, actually 2 days ago, one of our neighbors' cows trespassed, almost intentionally, I must say. It was quite annoying, by the way. So it actually came in through the fence. It ate a bit of sugarcane, stepped on the potatoes, ate a bit of our popcorn. You can see about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 popcorn plants. And also there are some popcorn plants that it stepped on down there. So these are some of the challenges that we face as self-sufficient farmers, especially when your neighbors have animals that keep crossing to your farm. We have a fence, yes, but you can imagine the weight of a cow. Definitely, this fence is not good enough to prevent a cow from actually coming into the farm. The damage is not as much, but yeah, it happens. It happens. Okay. Oh, by the way, that cow also ate this cauliflower and another cauliflower which was in another place. But hopefully we get the cauliflower. It's just the leaves that were eaten. Now, one of the activities I want to do today. So here, I planted some hibiscus plants, hibiscus seeds. Uh, so they've been growing for a couple of weeks. I want to transplant this. I hope they are the level of being transplanted. It's the first time I'm actually doing hibiscus. So I'll just transplant some of this into one of the spaces on the farm. So these are the hibiscus seedlings. So this is what I'm going to be transplanting. So actually, this area is where I wanted to have the hibiscus. It's not yet fully ready, so I'll plant on this part where I have the beans. So I'll just put them the in between the beans actually. So yeah, let's get to work. So I'm just transplanting them. I think they are at a good size to be transplanted. I'm not very sure about this particular area in terms of fertility because previously we've not harvested much from this area. It's next to some blue gum trees, but let's hope for the best. So I'm leaving about more than 30 centimeters of space between the plants, and hopefully that will be adequate. This is the first time we are planting them. Yeah, so wish as well. So I'm just done with transplanting the hibiscus seedlings. I'll be planting some more elsewhere on the farm. Yeah. So the next thing I want to do is actually try and see whether some of our sweet potatoes are ready, that we had planted in buckets. So I'd actually put my hand into feelers whether there is one. But let's see. Let's see whether there is anything. One small one. I can feel some more. They're quite small. Uh, Another one. I think I think we are done. Let me see if I can feel another one. So if this one is ready, maybe when the other bucket is ready. I think that was the last one. So although we've got such a small harvest from the buckets, and actually one bucket didn't have anything after waiting for so long. So sometimes you get such on the farm. You wait for so long, but you get nothing. But you can see right here we have some very lush sweet potatoes, and I want to give them until probably June. I wanted to give them until May, but let's give them until June so that they become a bit bigger. We've harvested sweet potatoes before from this bed, and they were quite good. And actually, this season we did put a lot of compost and everything. Yeah. So now let's go harvest some leeks, see what else is going on the farm. Yes. So I think we have mentioned before that this time around we are growing gourds, but we've had a bit of doubts on whether these are gourd plants. Although we are sure we got the seeds from a gourd. If you can come closer, we see what the it's really flowered by the way, and you can see it's giving us. It looks like courgette or squash. I really don't know. So if you're very familiar with gourd plants, you can let us know whether this is actually a gourd plant. It could actually be the one with the long neck. So we'll wait and see. But it looks very healthy and it looks like it's going to produce so much. So we can't wait to see that. And now on the same bed, so on the same bed, we have some peas and they're flowering. We have some peas, they're flowering. We have spring onions. We also have some leeks. Last time we harvested some big leeks. This time round we also have some big leeks that we're harvesting. Hey, it's so big. It's thicker than any of my fingers. It's very big. So let me see if there's another leek. Okay, we have another leek here. Wow. Wow. It's also very big, very healthy. Taller than the other leeks that we've harvested on the farm. So yeah. Yes. So now on this bed, I want to show you the updates that we have. On this bed, we had shown we have pepper, we had broccoli, now it's flowering. We had carrots, capsicum, some other peppers, some spring onions, some strawberry, and now this big pumpkin that is going all over. So I want to show you what's going on. So uh, first we have our strawberries which are flowering. Remember, this is the original plant that we had, and then from it we got this plant, and now we have one, two, three, four, five more plants here. I don't know if there's another one. Then we have two more elsewhere. So I think this time around we'll have so many strawberries. So last time we didn't have tomatoes. I did transplant. I think I have about 6 tomato plants on this bed. We have a lot of weeds. It's been a week since we last weeded. Actually, yeah, like a week, and there's a lot of weeds. Then from the tomatoes we have this capsicum. They've also flowered and they look like they're going to give us quite a bit. And then we forgot to harvest our broccoli. It flowered. So I want to say that it's going to give us seeds. But in the meantime, you see these shoots that come from the plant, just like the ones for collard greens that we plant. I've been experimenting to see whether they can actually grow. So I have a couple here that I've planted a while back, and we can as well plant this one and see whether it's going to actually grow. Okay. I actually want to see whether they're actually going to grow the same way we grow our collard greens. We'll see whether this broccoli is going to grow. So let me plant it here. Then I harvest this leek. Looks beautiful. And then now on this bed, we also have this very big pumpkin plant. It's very healthy. By the way, we eat pumpkin leaves. If you don't eat pumpkin leaves, you need to try. We eat pumpkin leaves. We eat them with our ugali. The kids don't like it though, but we eat it. It started flowering, and I think very soon we'll start seeing some tiny pumpkins popping up. So yeah, it's looking very healthy. Now, on this bed, last time we showed you that we had two varieties of amaranth, this one and this one right there. And we also said that they've been producing a lot of seeds. So some of the small plants have become actually big and sizable enough. So now I have some bigger ones here that are also uh, growing. I have now more amaranth plants for the family. And I also transplanted some tomatoes. So we have like about 6 to 10 plants on this bed. Then, as usual, we have our pepper for our chicken, our spring onions, our leeks. The leeks that you're seeing that are becoming very big and nice. Then we have our carrots over there, also growing very well. We need to do thinning. And then, because it's raining, the weeds are aggressive. It's only been a week since we last weeded the farm, and there are weeds all over the place. Then right at the end here, we also have another nice, beautiful pumpkin that is also growing healthy. And as we've mentioned, we're also going to feed on the leaves. Apart from the pumpkin, we also feed on the leaves. Very tasty and very healthy. Now, on this bed, this is the very first bed that we built on the farm. On this bed, we have our collard greens, our peas, a few pepper plants, some eggplant. Yeah, and we have a lot of weeds. We have a lot of work to do. But can you see how beautiful the collard greens are? I'd actually harvested some today for our family to eat. But you can see we still have a lot more here and in other beds as well. If you can come close and show them just how healthy they look and how big they are. Yeah, they are. Look at this leaf. Very big, very healthy. And as we say, during the rainy season, by the way, with our collards, we don't struggle with pests and diseases. We don't. So just come pick, they're nice, they're clean, go feed the family. But during the dry season, we do have a few pests that come eat the leaves and whatnot. However, although we don't have the pests and diseases, we have birds. So I want to shift to this place. So on this side of the farm, these are the oldest collard greens that we have. And we have some birds that are feeding on our leaves. And for some reason, they're just feeding on this particular area, at least from what I've observed. So not sure what to do about it though. But they're eating the leaves quite a bit. Yeah. So now, previously, we used to have arrowroots on this area. Then February happened, they all dried, and we thought they wouldn't come up. We planted groundnuts. We planted groundnuts. You can see the small mounds here. We have groundnuts there. But to our surprise, look at all these arrowroots that have come up. So which means the roots are still viable, and we are still going to have a lot of groundnuts, a lot of arrowroots in this area, which is okay. We had already transplanted a few of them to another area, but looks like we still get a lot of arrowroots from here. So yeah, for some reason, a lot of the groundnuts are not. I still can't see a lot of the groundnuts. Not sure why. Hopefully, they've not been washed away by the rains. One of the things that uh, we experience a lot on this farm is erosion. So sometimes you plant something and then it's washed away by the wind. And just to demonstrate to you how strong the rain can be. So here we have our maize, and half of it is down. Half of it is down. Small, very heavy rain, very heavy wind. Half of it are down. So that's how strong the wind and the rain is in this area. But we're really loving how the garden looks. It looks amazing. We're going to harvest a lot this season. We're going all in. We're trying everything, including the hibiscus that we've just planted. So, and just to give you, I want to give you, this is just the area we are in actually. It's probably like an eighth, or slightly, very slightly bigger than an eighth. And we have all those crops. We have avocado trees, we have citrus fruits, we have sugarcane, we have collard greens, peas, arrowroots, we have sweet potatoes, we have amaranth, we have popcorn. Maybe I need to show you how the popcorn is doing, the one that has not been eaten by the cow. We have pineapples, we have pumpkin, we have a lot. We have carrots, spring onions, leeks, everything. If you're planning to plant, what I've seen a lot of farmers do, and even growing up, what we saw is that a lot of people just planted 2 crops or 3. So you have your maize on this whole area and your beans and maybe a few bananas. But for us, self-sufficient farmers, we try to grow everything. We have strawberries, passion fruits, we have bananas. We literally like trying to grow everything that we can. We have passion fruits. Yeah, so that's how this area looks like. Um, so I showed you the popcorn that the cow ate, but we have some nice healthy looking ones here on this bed. Nice popcorn. First time doing popcorn, by the way. And we hope that we are going to get a good harvest. We have quite a number of plants remaining, even after the incident. So we hope that we are going to actually enjoy. On this bed, we also have things like spinach. Uh, this popcorn, because of the heavy rains and the wind, it's falling down. But we have some spinach here, some purple cabbage, as usual, some spring onions. Let me just have a spring onions. See this batch here? It looks very healthy. So what I'm going to do, as usual, is to pick some and leave some for next time, so that next time it grows into a new batch. So I've harvested this and I've left this. Next time we come, it will be a bigger batch. So that's how we usually harvest our spring onions. And we have a lot. Every bed, almost every bed has spring onions. So we hope that you enjoyed today's video. I like getting my hands dirty on the farm. I know sometimes I use gloves, but it's very nice touching the soil. You feel nice. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we hope that we're actually inspiring you to continue with your journey or to start if you haven't. And we also learned from you a lot in the comment section. Thank you so much to all the people who comment on our videos, who share tips on their own experience. Thank you so much. By the way, we'll go check on the cassava. Some of you said that they should be ready within 6 months. So in one of our upcoming videos, we are going to actually check whether the cassavas are ready, and we'll let you know actually whether they are ready. So thank you so much. Leave a comment down there, share with a friend, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.